Charlie Kirk, your founder and CEO.
Alex, I'm a big
president.
fan and admirer of Breitbart. I owe a lot to Breitbart. I really do. I really do.
You've been so kind to us, and we try to return the favor as best we can.
You do. You do a great job.
Can I break some news?
Oh, sure.
This is a record event for you.
That is a record
America
event.
Fest.
Yes, 13,000 tickets sold. Can you believe it?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It is so encouraging, not just for you and what you're doing, but the entire conservative movement.
Yes,
the people
thank you.
want this energy. How do you do it?
First of all, it's just, if I didn't know the numbers, it's noticeably bigger than last year.
Yes, it is.
Would you agree? Like,
100%.
it's just like, you walk in, it's just almost feels like double the size.
Oh, yeah.
Look, this is a great sign. And I'm a huge supporter of Trump. I was, sad he couldn't come. It's just the way it is. He had to go to Reno. Totally get it, right? But the unintended consequences, like, wow, we drew 13,000 people without the most popular political figure of the last 50 years.
Yes.
I think that's the buried lead here, honestly. And this is not a slight at Trump. I want to be very clear. It should actually give him great comfort that his movement is going to live on beyond him.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what's so cool.
I'll take it a step further, and even the establishment conservative media isn't as represented.
Yes. No,
not
of
to
course
say
not.
there's no representation, but they're not as represented.
No, and so it goes to show, because the hope of the bad guys was like, once this Trump guy gets out of the way, we'll be able to come back in, right? That's always been their thing, right? Wait it out, wait it out, wait it out, wait it out. No. Turning Point is this thing that's going to outlive and be institutionalized as the leader in the movement. And the other takeaway here, and I think you can sense this, first of all, it's the most students we've ever had to come to any event, which is amazing. But it's all ages.
Yeah.
And that's what's so cool. It's moms, it's retirees, it's vets. Turning Point is now this full spectrum movement of ages, multiple generations. So praise the Lord, man. It's great to see.
Yeah, my favorite speech I think I ever gave for you was it was a very mixed event, whereas it was a lot of people who were adults who were there to hear from the speakers and the students. That mix that's what provides the energy, because the adults have all the information, and then the students provide that useful energy.
It's a great mix, and they're so respectful of one another if you just see the interactions happening.
Yeah.
Because a lot of our students, they're the best, right? And they want jobs, they want a career, they want advice. And so you just see these young kids, and I call them kids, they're going up and they say, hey, how are you and all this, and the adults love it because it gives them a hope. So there's this kind of intergenerational momentum. It's really beautiful.
The other buried lead about what's going on is that your marquee speakers, many of them are not card-carrying members of the conservative movement.
Nor should they be.
Yeah. But this was clearly intentional. You got Roseanne, Patrick Bet-David, Jonathan Isaac,
Gad Sad.
These are people who Rob Schneider, who I've been an admirer of for many years, but not for being a right winger.
That's a big get.
Yes, it is, and he's a very bright guy, which a lot of people.
He's unbelievably smart. I texted with him,
well-read,
blown away.
And well-read.
Yeah, and really a sweet person too. Yeah.
So what was the thinking there that you're going to target? Not just who's senators, which is no disrespect, but you're targeting cultural people.
It doesn't. I'm going to kind of not break some news, but what's missing? We don't have a single person from Fox here.
Yes.
Right, and in years past,
I gave you the opportunity just now. I was hoping you'd say.
Yeah, and I'm being nice. I love Fox. They've been very good to me.
Sure.
I hope we can heal our relationship, because for whatever reason, it's gone off the reservation since Tucker's departure. I haven't been on, so it's not exactly You just look at you can just look at Grabian, no Charlie Kirk for 9 months, right? Yeah. And so we had to kind of do an event without Fox, and that was a great thing, man. Because sometimes desperation is the mother of innovation, right?
Yes.
So we kind of grew accustomed to love him, Jesse Waters, love him, Greg Gutfeld, but that wasn't a thing. We couldn't do it. They're not allowed to be here, right? And so we kind of sat in the conference room. We said, well, let's redesign the whole mantra. Like, let's go culture. Let's still do the politics thing. And man, what we pulled off. It's not that I want credit, but we deserve it. I'll be honest, okay?
You do, absolutely.
Because we have Bannon to Gates to Don Jr. to a current NBA player who's averaging 10 points a game.
Yeah.
Like in season. To Roseanne Barr, #1 television program. On network or cable forever. Rob Schneider, A-list comedian, right? PBD, one of the most successful entrepreneurs, best-selling guy, millions of social media followers. And then you still kind of get your red meat politics, plus we have 30 breakout trainings, big and rich country music, low cash country music, Raylan country music. So that's special. And it goes to show two things. It goes to show that the moment is now outside of traditional politics, because the country really is collapsing. And so like an NBA player is like, yeah, I'm going to make time for this.
Yes.
So I don't deserve all the credit. But number two, it goes to show that Turning Point is now being identified as more than just like, oh, it's right wing. It's like, no, actually, we're kind of at something that people want to be associated with, that's moving the dial. And the third thing I'll say that gives me hope, Alex, is we're probably one of the most attacked organizations on the planet. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And that's really cool, right? It doesn't matter to these speakers. They're like, I don't care what the New York Times says.
So that's where I want to go next, because I always make a point to see what the attacks are, to see if they're going to carry, they're going to hold any
what's
weight.
the new thing against
me? So here's the big one, is they're mad at Patrick Bet-David for recommending we have a lot of kids. So just know if that's the attack.
Is
you're
that
doing
really
good.
what they're doing?
Oh yeah, that's it. That's it.
Well, first of all, I said it, and he said it, and we both believe it. So I saw this like one snarky tweet from, a childless, neurotic, mad at dad female liberal who has a lot of cats and Xanax. And she was like, how dare Turning Point tell people to have children?
Right.
Like, how dare us celebrate the most important thing in our life?
Yeah.
I mean, like, you have kids, I have one, and God willing, more.
Yeah.
It's really more important than Twitter followers.
It is.
I'm just being honest. Like, for those of you that don't have kids, it's not that you're a bad person, you're missing out.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
I want to celebrate the thing that has enriched my life. And then also I care about my country. People that have children make better citizens.
Right.
It's not that you can't be a good citizen if you don't have children, but once you have children, you become a better citizen, period.
It raises the stakes at such an
course,
unbelievable
and you
level.
become, like, your what you care about changes, right?
Yes.
And all of a sudden, you're like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't litter, and like these homeless people, and like all these naked people all over the place. It just creates a different approach to government.
And it makes it so that when you see something, be it the crime wave, the open border,
it's
you
not
look
just
at
something
it
through a lens.
Yeah, you think this is
protection.
something I want to fix.
Of course.
So here's what I'm worried about. The energy's here, you've got it, you channeled it. But how does that translate as we head into a very crucial year?
Yeah.
How does that translate to people staying engaged, staying activated, and ready for what's next?
And that's part of what makes Turning Point different, right? If all we did, if we were called AmFest USA, and I did one event a year, I think we'd do a lot of moral good for the country, right? But we are a continuation organization. This is one thing of thousands of things we do, as you well know. So the marching orders for our students is high school, college chapters. We're starting them and strengthening them like crazy. For adults, through Turning Point Action, our political vehicle, precinct committeemen, become a delegate to the RNC. We have huge amounts of activity. We got a lot of work to do. Ballot chasing, all of that. So it's not a matter of just getting fired up. We have 30 breakout sessions here. It's unbelievable. We have the organization and the infrastructure and the machinery to follow up with our students, with our patriots and activists and our citizens to translate this energy into sustained action in 2024.
Charlie Kirk, amazing stuff. Congrats again.
I'm a big Alex Marlow fan.
Very kind of you. We're a big Charlie Kirk fans throughout Breitbart, and this is a terrific accomplishment.
God bless
and
you.
We're happy to be a part of it.
Thanks.